Mwasoma. Sigawendio? Makanya kumede mu Logooli baadaye, no? Sawa. Haya, wacha niseme haya kwa sababu ni ya muhimu sana na ni ya kitaifa, na tutakuja kuyasikiza vizuri tafsiri kwa Kiluya baadaye. My dear brothers and sisters of the Mulembe nation, elders, custodians of our heritage, and the energetic youth of Kenya, fellow citizens, Murembe Bosi, hamujambo. It is a proud honor to stand on this venerable ground in Vihiga as we celebrate the songs and spirit of the Logooli. Let us remember our strength is most formidable when woven into the national fabric of a united Kenya. We do not just celebrate our past today, we secure our future. I stand tall on this ground to announce that the recently concluded by-elections, and in particular, the Malava constituency triumph, was a victory for purpose over rhetoric. We must acknowledge our recent hard-fought victory by electing a UDA candidate, and he's here with us. He'll speak to us later. The Honorable David Ndakwa is with us. You proved that Western Kenya is no longer a playground for empty slogans. I repeat, it proved that Western Province, Western Kenya, is no longer a playground for empty slogans. I thank Malava for standing with the government. When we move as one, we win as one. But let this be a lesson. Our side won by just 1,354 votes, signaling that more needs to be done. We need to acknowledge that every single vote is a brick in the wall of our stability. As we celebrate during this festive season, my people, allow me to state that 20 months into the 2027 general elections, there is a beckoning reality that 2027 is a referendum moment. Allow me to state, without fear of contradiction, that there is an imperative need for a constitutional review 15 years after the promulgation of the 2010 Katiba. As your leader and son, I must speak the truth about a looming constitutional storm. As a country, we are staring at a massive legal crisis where the 2027 election could be nullified before it even begins. Our 2010 Constitution demands boundaries review every 8 to 12 years. Our deadline was March 6th, 2024. We have passed it. We are now in a period of constitutional non-compliance. Here is the catch. You cannot have a boundary review without a valid national census. The 2019 census was nullified in 3 counties, namely Mandera, Wajir, and Garissa. The court ordered a mini census for the 3 counties to be conducted by January 2026, yani mwezi goza. So, here are the issues. The census deadlock here is that a patchwork census mixing 2019 data with 2026 data is a legal impossibility. There will be no valid population data. Therefore, it means that no valid boundaries, and subsequently, no valid boundaries mean no valid election. Notably, the structural benchmark bottlenecks is that our population has exploded, yet we are trapped in Article 89(4) of the Constitution that limited us to 290 constituencies only. Without a constitutional amendment, the IBC cannot give high-growth areas the representation they deserve, and our protected constituencies face extinction. At the county level, there is equally a serious conflict between the 2010 Constitution that allows IBC to name, rename, reduce or increase county wards, when the County Governments Act limits wards to 1,450 only. This again traps us into providing fresh wards to cater for the increased population and needs for resources closer to our people. Having noted that legal landmines that may hinder the delivery of the 2027 general elections and risk the nation departing from our long-held tradition of holding elections every 5 years, allow me to also bring forth more reasons for a beckoning reality that 2027 is a referendum moment. Fellow citizens, through Kenya's National Dialogue Committee, NADCO, formed for bipartisan talks on electoral and governance reforms, identified issues that only you can resolve via a referendum. And you remember NADCO was formed jointly also with the entire opposition, including the late Raila Amolo Odinga. And because he used to be a regular attendant of the Vihiga Logooli Cultural Festival, I want us to show respect for him because he died this year, and this is a good moment for the people of Vihiga County to also honor the late Raila Amolo Odinga. If you can stand for 1 minute in honor of Mzee Raila. Thank you. Haya, tunakaribia kumaliza. Haya ni mambo mazito mazito ambayo mnasema. That NADCO report identified that we must entrench the NG-CDF, that is the CDF, in the Constitution. So courts can never again threaten the bursaries of our children. I here add with conviction that we need also to introduce a new development fund, namely the Senate Oversight Fund, to cater for the specific role played by senators in providing for devolution. That means we make CDF constitutional and we also make the Senate funds constitutional. As part of strengthening devolution and inclusivity, fellow citizens, we should also constitutionalize the proposed creation of the Ward Development Fund, which is also a necessary creation for MCS. The Ward Development Fund will ensure resources for water points, community halls, and other grassroots needs instantly. For a unified face of Kenya in government, we must formalize the office of the Prime Minister and the leader of the official opposition to ensure that every region sees its face in the mirror of government. On the same breath, fellow citizens, allow me to mention that a referendum in 2027 will give us an opportunity to completely solve the riddle of the two-thirds gender and its compliance, not merely as a constitutional requirement, but also as an act of fairness and inclusive democracy. A recalibration of our Constitution will help us achieve this as well. Having said that, fellow citizens, allow me to make a clarion call that every one of our people must register and vote. Do not be the person who complains about the harvest but refuses to plant the seed. If you have an ID but no voter's card, you are surrendering your voice. Silence is a choice to be ignored. That means if you're quiet, you want to be ignored. No complaints without participation. No complaints without participation. To the youth, and on those numbers, we shall give you numbers of registration from the IBC a little later. Umboko has got some numbers, Umboko Milemba. I have some numbers we shall share with you. To the youth, you are the nyota of this nation. Voting is your tool to demand jobs. Do not stay silent. Register now. To those in the cities, I urge you to register where you live and work. Your voice must be felt where you contribute to the economy. As I come to the conclusion, my people of Mulembe Nation, in 2022, we caused an earthquake when I joined President William Ruto. That unity delivered results. It is the reason that today we see affordable housing projects like the one in Vihiga coming up in every corner of the country, a more robust universal health care, an inclusive education system, the dualing of highways, like we have started, ile barabara ya kutoka huko Mau Summit kukuja, tumepata tabu nyingi, watu wanakaa siku nzima masaa 10 kwa barabara. Tunataka hiyo barabara iundwe. And the Nyota program, just to mention a few. I am convinced that President Ruto is the captain we need to navigate this storm. I urge the entire Mulembe Nation and all Kenyans, let us stand with President William Ruto for 2027. Let us give him a resounding mandate to finish the work of transforming Kenya. In conclusion, we act with unity of purpose, effort, and spirit. We command the national table. Let us take the reliability of the Mulembe Nation to the ballot box to secure our roads, our schools, our children's future. But remember once more that no valid population census data, no valid boundaries review, hence no valid election. That is the law and not my words. We must embrace this referendum as a legal necessity to save our democracy. Mungu awabariki, Mungu abariki jamii zetu zote, na Mungu abariki Kenya. Asante sana kwa kunisikiza. Baadaye nitatafsiri haya baada ya utamaduni na hotuba za wenzangu, tutatafsiri sana kwa Kiluya na Kiswahili. Asanteni sana, wacha tusukume utamaduni. Asante sana.